Welcome to Sistah's Place Entertainment Showcase. Tonight we have our author feature, Aretha Tatum. Welcome.
Hello there. How are you this evening?
Doing great. Thank you. Tell us about your latest novel, The Wonderful Counselor.
Well, The Wonderful Counselor, I've been blessed to write my second book. I'm a nonfiction writer, so The Wonderful Counselor is really a testimony. It's my testimony of supernatural encounters and words of wisdom, which I actually received from the Lord. And what happened was my pastor, at one point, we were talking on the phone, and she's actually a prophet, a real prophet. And she gave me a word from the Lord that says, here's your assignment. The Lord said, come after me with your whole heart. Play a song and praise me before you go to bed every night. And there's something that I have for you that will come from no man. Seek me, and I will give you the answers to your questions. And when I heard that, I thought immediately, what questions? So I did as instructed and played the song and praised the Lord. And a couple of months later, I heard, be quiet. And I'm thinking, I'm one of those special people. I said, the Lord just told me to be quiet. So I actually tried to speak, and my mouth wouldn't move. So I was like, okay, Lord, that is you said be quiet. And what happened after that, and it's still happening now, I started having what I call sessions with the Lord. And I would sit and I would talk and I would hear what the Lord has to say. But the difference between me and what most people experience is he showed me some things that were unbelievable and amazing. And so what I did was he had me to write the book, write it down. So that's what The Wonderful Counselor is. It's a testimony of my experiences with the Lord, the things he showed me, and how he's guided me since, especially intimately, since 2010 when he called me into ministry. So when they say it's a personal relationship, woo-hoo, I've seen it and experienced it on a whole new level.
All right. So would you say your own personal testimony and life experiences is what inspired the novel?
No, actually, steps were ordered again. What happened was, and I talk about it in the book, The Wonderful Counselor, my first book is actually called The Problem with Jesus. And, of course, the title, the title by itself gets their attention. And so what happened after Bible class one day, the Lord told me to write that book, The Problem with Jesus. So I talk about that in The Wonderful Counselor because that was one of the sessions when he said write the book. And then later in another session, I said, Lord, I'm getting flack from the Christians. And I'm getting people who have an actual problem with Jesus coming and thinking I'm agreeing with them. And when I tell them, no, this is what the book is about, then, of course, they get on attack mode. So it's a wonderful evangelistic tool. But the Wonderful Counselor, Jesus, the Lord, he actually guided me to do that. So my steps have been ordered by the Lord. And during these sessions, he gives me instruction on the things that he wants me to do.
Okay, all right now. Is there a message that you want your readers to walk away with after they've read The Wonderful Counselor?
What's so amazing is, believe it or not, The Wonderful Counselor started as a script that the Lord had me to write for a faith-based film. And so I wrote the script and working on that, and then he said write the book, which the script is actually based on. And what happened was I let a friend of mine read the book, and another friend read the script, and both of them said the same thing after reading it. They said, you know what, this makes me want to get closer, to get a deeper relationship with the Lord where I can experience some signs and wonders and really get intimate with him. So for them to both read two different parts of it, one the script and one the book, I would say the main message is it draws you to want to be closer so you can have that intimacy with the Lord.
All right, I like that. So who are some of your literary influences that inspire you to write? You can name at least three.
One for sure, Dr. Bill Winston, pastor of Living Word Christian Center. I actually have gone there to worship, and he actually talks about the supernatural. So I've read a lot of his books, and I can relate because of my experience, and I love reading or hearing other testimonies of the amazing things that God has done. Other than that, Joyce Myers, most nonfiction Christian authors I like to read. And then as far as fiction, there's one other author, and she's relatively new, is L.G. Boyle, and she has a series called Touch, and it's fiction, and it's about three young children and their experience with what they called the young master, which was Jesus. And so it still has that supernatural storytelling, and so I'm drawn into that series as well.
Okay. So how can our audience learn more about you and find you on social media?
Oh, well, I am a little social, so you can find me on Facebook. I am Miss Respect Speaks, and that's MSRESPECT Speaks on Facebook. On Twitter, I am Miss Respect in the number 1, and Instagram, I'm new to Instagram, but I'm trying to keep up with technology. So it's Miss Respect 1 on Instagram as well. And I'm also with, as I said, Free Life Changing Ministries, Director of Courage Over Fear Productions, and our mission is to uplift, encourage, and educate. So we have our Courage Over Fear Facebook page where you can find out different things and events that we're doing with our ministry as well.
Okay, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with Sistah's Place tonight. I appreciate you. We will blast this out. It will go to the editor to edit the audio, and then we will upload it to YouTube, and I will tag you in the upload across the social media platform that we promote across.
Oh, wonderful. Yay. I didn't warn you that my joy is contagious.
That's good, though. That's good, though, because, sometimes, you need somebody else's happiness to make you feel happy, or even to just see the light. Like, okay, I'm going to feel just like her in the morning.
You will. But believe it or not, it's simple, but it works. I'll go in the gas station and I'll say happy Monday or happy whatever, and I've actually had gas station attendants say, you know what, this is the first time somebody's actually greeted me with a smile all day. So imagine sitting and people coming and going, and nobody smiles, nobody gives you a happy greeting, and it's not that hard. So I'm like, thank God for joy, and I'll just spread it whenever I can.
That's right, because you never know. Just speaking to a person saying good morning, you never know how that makes that person's day, because you don't know what they're going through.
No. And that can give them just enough of a boost to say, you know what, I can get through this. I can make this. I can make it through. And all you did was give them a hearty greeting. And that just as simple as that. It's so freely to give it out.
Yes, it is.
See, yes, I love it when you laugh. It's a beautiful thing to do. We have a lot that we have to deal with. Woo-wee, challenges. But God, and we have to remember that at the end of the day, is our joy that is the joy of the Lord is really your strength. If you get into joy and praise, it strengthens you to get through whatever you're dealing with.
Absolutely. Sure. Ooh, go ahead. You're going to have me shouting in a minute.
Well, like they say, never give a mic to a preacher. Woo-hoo! Because it's not hard to talk about how good God is, really. So we all make the effort, and we encourage each other. So that's always important. And what you're doing with Sistah's Place is you using it as a platform to encourage other people who are in the arts.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Well, you have a beautiful evening, and we will be talking soon.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.